good morning, everyone. It's 8:41 and we're convening the December 5th Laredo Convention and Visitors Bureau Advisory Committee. I'm Blasita Lopez for the record, sitting in for our chairman today, calling the meeting to order. And our first order of business is the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And if you would please stay standing for a moment of silence. All right, thank you. And we'll proceed to roll call. Raymond Camina.
Present.
Gabriel Castillo has requested a excuse, so we'll take that motion in a little bit. Judy. Here. Me, here. Jorge Luis.
Here.
Magari.
She hasn't taken her oath yet, so, but she has been appointed.
Okay, and then Michelle Romani. Not present. Okay, and then these other members, they're no longer, they've transitioned off.
Correct.
So those are the members that we currently are working with right now. So we have 4 present, and I believe we have a quorum. Okay, very good. Do we have any public or citizen comments?
No, not today.
I don't see any guests, okay. All right, so now we're getting to the part of approval of minutes. And I myself just need to look at these really quickly. Oh, I guess we need the motion to excuse.
Yes, I
Gabrielle.
will move to excuse the members that asked to be excused. And
Thank
that
you.
was, Gabriel and,
Just,
Gabriel.
Yes.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Jorge. So we've got a motion. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, carries. Thank you very much. Now we can go to our approval of minutes.
Madam Chair, if there are no corrections, deletions, or additions, I would like to move that we approve the minutes as submitted. If there are any corrections,
I would just wanna, comment that when asked about the work at the airport, I mentioned that it was the expansion. That was incorrect. I double checked with, management. And it's not the expansion, it's work that they are doing, to repair things that are not, working. So they're improvements, but it's not the expansion.
so just approve it.
Exactly.
With that correction, I want to move that we approve the minutes.
I accept your motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Camina, and motion carries. All right, those are the minutes. Moving on to the next section of our agenda here. Sorry, I'm flipping back and forth in the paper. Discussion with possible action on postponing or canceling the January meeting. And you have a calendar on page 5.
Madam Chair, the first Thursday of the month in January is January 2nd. Traditionally, it's too close to New Year's, and so we.
Everybody's still recovering from.
Exactly.
The Judy told you.
From the
Exactly.
holidays, yes, yes,
Holidays.
yes, yes.
So we're asking if we could postpone or cancel the January meeting.
Need a motion for that? I would move that we cancel, or postpone, I guess.
What we can do is we can present January and February, it's what we traditionally do,
Okay.
present January and February together in the first meeting in February.
That's my motion, what she said.
Second what she said.
Well,
So just to clarify, so we're going to postpone to the first Thursday in February
Yeah.
and not have a meeting in January.
Correct.
And that's the motion, correct?
Yeah,
You were
correct.
the originator of it.
That's right.
We already have a second on the table.
I'll second.
It was a no.
No, you're kidding.
Any
good question. I don't think anybody would. I will call for the question.
It's the last meeting of the year.
Motion carries. All right, check on that. We got that one taken care of. All right, year-to-date financial statements are next, and I believe they start on page 6.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We are in the first quarter of the year. Things are looking good, and if you also go just for, and we'll try to move this together with the finances, but in page 15, 15, I usually present to council and to management the updates. So just to give you a visual of how we're doing in terms of spending. We've spent already 10% of our personnel budget, which is according to the that is something that we don't control.
Yeah,
It's just-
that just goes with the
Exactly.
budget and the
And
expenditures.
Yes.
That was a good one.
And now we are at full staff, so that's really exciting. And I'll introduce Jose in a little bit. Administration budget, we've spent almost 25%, which is exactly according to the calendar. We're at the first quarter, so it makes sense. And the marketing budget, we've spent 41% of that.
Is that normal?
That is normal
So
because,
early in
yeah.
yes, because,
It's at the beginning that you spend.
Contract all the providers.
yes, so we're basically all in good standing in terms of our budget. So I don't know if there's any additional questions. We're also in page 7 and 8, you'll see page 8, you'll see the collections. And we're good in terms of the collections as forecasted.
So we received a little bit more in hotel occupancy tax this
Mhm.
last fiscal,
Yes.
just over 5 million.
Which has allowed us to go a little bit higher on our budget. We're in 4.3, 4.4.
What do you attribute that to?
We have more hotels
Mhm.
and the ADR is higher.
The
So,
ADR is higher,
yes.
that's probably the big
Yes.
factor. Okay.
Yeah, so
That makes
that combination of both is helping us a lot.
Mhm.
ADR is the price of the room, or?
The
Yes,
average
average
daily
daily
rate.
Okay.
And I'll touch a little bit more on the end of the overview.
I don't have any further questions. Any other committee members?
No, I think that, starting off the fiscal.
It's a good sign.
We're in
It
good
is.
shape.
Very
Yes.
good sign.
Yes.
You don't anticipate any bumps or?
No, on the contrary, we are going to have a couple of openings. We just got a new hotel, Home 2 Suites by the Doctor's Hospital, and DoubleTree is opening in the spring.
Oh.
Plus, the sports complex is opening also in the spring, so we expect a little
More usage.
positive bump.
Complex that is in, south?
Yes.
Are there any hotels around there?
No, but because it's on the loop, it's a short drive from the hotels are in the airport area.
Those are the closest.
And we foresee that once
I
it
know that
opens,
they're gonna-
yeah, there's already, I believe, a plan for one. I believe that once it opens, there's gonna be more interest in investing on properties
A
around.
lot of people are
Restaurants.
asking, why
Yeah.
did they build that sports complex in the south? Why? I said, well, I think that maybe it had to do something with the land, you know, the availability of land.
Yes.
I would say,
Yeah,
you know, because, I mean, this is the reason that, you know,
Yeah.
you're looking for that and to be able to build it within a budget, you know, that is reasonable.
and also, the area where it's at, it's very accessible. Doesn't matter where you are in the city.
You can drive, I mean, and it's right there, right?
It's right on the highway, so, it's very accessible. That area is growing a lot.
I know.
And so that will prompt even more growth. So
And I
that
think
was,
the police station and the fire station are gonna open up there.
yes.
Substations.
So there's growth already planned in terms of the city, and that we expect it to prompt more growth in terms of private investment.
Well, that's good, you know, because I think that is what you rely on, the private
Mhm.
investments.
Yes.
You know, to be coming in,
Yeah.
you know, adding to, you know, the city's,
Mhm.
property taxes, you know, and that's what gives us all this money to do the things that they wanna do.
And in the bond, there's right now a bond referendum committee, and there's one of the projects that we presented was the water park that is would be potentially attached to the sports complex. So that would be, if it passes the bond referendum committee and then passes the bond
I
referendum.
mean, and that's the other question, you know, that we don't have enough water, you know, and here we are, we're building water parks, which is, for the community, it's fabulous, and I know that it's needed and whatever, but we do have issues with the water.
There was, part of the committee, asked that question when we made the presentation, and so the consultant did answer, more technical questions on how much water is needed, what type of recycling system it uses, how much is lost,
And
to
the
splashing and, yeah. So there was a lot of information that was provided to the committee that I think will help them determine if it's,
They had an item on the
Uh-huh.
agenda, the other, at the last meeting, I think,
the previous one.
you know, talking about, you know, the availability of water,
Mhm.
where you're gonna go to be able to.
Second source.
Second source of water.
Mhm.
I mean, I know there's always been a discussion about getting the second water source, you know, from, you know, the Gulf of
Mhm.
Mexico, and then piping it down. Very costly, but, you know, at some
Mhm.
point, you have to think about the future.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember this, when I was on the commissioner's court, that Tommy
Mhm.
Rodriguez was, you know, in charge of.
Mm-hmm.
He came up with that, and he says, you know, it's inevitable that we're going to need more water,
Yeah.
because we're growing. I mean, where are we gonna get our water? And that water is life, as we all know,
Yeah.
and it's the life of a community.
Yes.
So, when you're talking about, again, you know, the, what morning?
Good morning.
About the, you know, the water.
The amenities and the growth of.
Which is
Yeah.
nice, you know, and I fully, you know, agree with it, but, you know, we need to be a little bit
Yeah, no,
judicious.
absolutely.
I just want to state very quickly for the record that we have an additional committee member, Ms. Michelle Romani is present.
Thank you. Are y'all discussing the video?
No,
No.
okay,
No.
we're discussing, we were on finances and we're about to wrap that up.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, let's do it.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next item on the, yes.
Just real quick on the finances, you're all projecting the usual jump we get for paisanos, or has the trend been that they're staying here or not
Yes.
staying here?
Yeah, so we've seen, the trend hasn't changed. We have seen the paisanos coming. We are having the caravan 18th and 19th of this month, and we don't foresee any changes in the trend. It's been growing every year. Last year we had close to 3,000 vehicles at the caravan, and they stay overnight, and they do utilize the hotels that are around the arena and the ones on San Bernardo.
Good.
And so we don't expect any change to the
Yes.
trend.
Do you get any of that business, Ray?
Usually when they return.
No, okay. So they
They
take back whatever they were
take
able to buy in Mexico.
Or sometimes they're so busy with family, they don't get a chance to go shopping. I'll pick up in Laredo, so I don't have the trouble of.
Yeah,
getting
well,
across
that's good for
it.
you.
Yeah, that's a
good idea.
Nice.
I bet they go to their families, look at what I brought from Mexico.
It counts, including the Mexican vanilla.
Yes, it is.
We have an item, November activity in the NICEA special report. Is there anything in particular on the November, presentation you'd like to highlight?
Well, November was a very busy month,
It was,
and so
yeah.
we had plenty of things going on. I would like to start with a tree lighting ceremony and media blitz that we did in Monterrey, Mexico. We took a delegation from the city, and this time we put links too. So if you scan the QR code on your
You can see it.
report, you can see the several links of media coverage. And on the US marketing, you'll see the videos. But so we went to Monterrey and to Saltillo. This is the first time that we do the media blitz also in Saltillo. And we've seen that the Coahuila market comes to Laredo and moves around They visit different attractions, they visit different things, they stay a little bit longer. Monterrey is very retail driven, but Coahuila is a little bit more attraction and retail driven. And so this is the first time that we go to Coahuila, and we visited several media outlets. For 3 days we were visiting media outlets nonstop. And then we had the tree lighting ceremony. Reina worked very hard with ADS and with Aldo to get the location, which was the Macro Plaza, which is right next to the seat of the state government, the state, ¿cómo se llama? Palacio de Gobierno. The tree is right next to it, and so it's a great location. We had a great turnout, and we're really excited about that. We already have, and that was combined with, as soon as we were done there, several influencers were here. So it looked very seamless, where you saw the coverage in Monterrey, and then you saw all the influencers coming. So it looked like it was derived from the coverage.
So
So-
Coahuila does have a sliver of the International Bridge, don't they? Because I know that Nuevo León does, but I know that they have like a tiny little.
It's not on the bridge, but they're really close. They're 45 minutes away from Monterrey. So they're so close. A lot of people commute from Saltillo to Monterrey. And so Carretera, we promoted Carretera Colombia so they could come to Laredo. Monterrey, Nuevo León is doing a lot of work with La Gloria, which is a new highway. And so we were giving people options of if you wanna come through Bridge 2, the usual, or now there's a new option to
And I
come.
think that the idea of building more infrastructure, you know, to the bridge, to us,
Mhm.
you know, to link us, the United States against Laredo, you know, it's very beneficial
Mhm.
in the sense that it's gonna generate more traffic. The safer you feel on the highways, and that's
Yes.
the whole issue here.
Yeah.
You know, and you know that the building of the roads, you know, but you also have other issues, you know, with the cartels and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think that that's a very big thing, you know, that they are investing in
Mhm.
infrastructure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like Webb County or Laredo is going to be building another 4th and 5th bridge or 5th
Yeah.
and 6th, whatever it is.
Mhm.
You know, that's gonna be a big thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that, you talk about that area growing, and that's gonna
Mhm.
explode.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's we want to make sure that we're touching those markets that we see are growing, and so Coahuila is definitely one of them. Before we go into the U.S. market, I would like to introduce our very new, not new to the city, but new to the CBB staff member. Jose has been with the city for 17 years
Mhm.
already. As many of you know, his career includes PAC and most recently being the assistant to the mayor, Mayor Sainz, and now Mayor Trevino. And we were able to
Lure him.
lure him for the international relations coordination. Reina and I have been working, and Reina together with Jose will be working on the international relations portion with all the experience that Reina has already, 8 years that she's been doing it. And then Jose bringing all the expertise in diplomacy
I've
and all
known
the
him
work.
for a long
Yeah.
time.
Yes, so Jose's our new CBB International Relations Coordinator.
Thank you, my pleasure.
He said the first day that he was supposed to come to the office, he was on his way to.
Yes.
Monterrey.
Yeah.
No, his first day was at the airport.
It's what happens, is when I've been told, welcome to CBB, but at the airport.
Very good, very
So
good.
we're really excited. As you have seen, we've grown that part. It has grown exponentially in the last few years, and so we're really excited of now having somebody that can
It's dedicated to it.
exactly.
You know, Eileen, in the time that I've been here, 8 years, I've seen this organization really take off. I mean, really, I'm happy to see that, because I think that, you know, the personnel that you have really go out and do a great job, you know, in bringing the conventions here, you know, where you go to the international markets, you know, to Monterrey and, you know, everywhere else. So this may be my last meeting, that's why I'm saying it, because Albert is termed out, and I don't know who the new council member is gonna be, but I'm working with him. I know that I could probably talk to another council member, but I wanted to stick with somebody in my own district, so I'm waiting for the runoff to see who wins, and then we'll move from there.
Thank you. No, we really appreciate it. You don't see right now our sales staff, is on the road in Houston at a show. And, I'm really excited. Yesterday, Sophia texted us like, the number one, sales staff in the state is landing. And I love that, the excitement, yes. And so they're out there, selling Laredo, and we have great plans also for them. The marketing team is doing great things, as you're gonna see, or as you've seen. This month, I mean, we were everywhere, so I'm really excited.
It's so appropriate to be saying at this point in time, because it is the end of the year. I mean, you have all year, you know, that you can report on, and
Yeah,
I think from my way of thinking and my way of seeing, you know, that I have been here
yeah,
through all this, changes and growth.
yeah.
You've seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy.
And it's,
And I look forward to great things from Jose. Jose, talking to you, I've known Jose for years. And I think Jose is a more calmer version of Ramon Hernandez, who handled the marketing expertly for almost 10 years. And I see the same drive and enthusiasm. Don't start calling Monica Guacamaya.
that would not be allowed in this.
I know.
In this version of this office.
I know, but anyhow, I foresee a lot of great things, and it's probably a wonderful addition to the CBD.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Michelle. All right, let's go back to the report.
Thank you. So as many of you had a chance to, all of you, had the opportunity to join us at Cinemark for the launch of our new campaign. I just want to say thank you for supporting us and being there and joining us in that very important moment. This is a new campaign that we feel very proud of. What you saw on the video before we started the conversation, what you saw on the video is what we wanted to do with that video is it's kind of like the overview.
Yes.
So it has everything a little bit of everything. Now, in the packet that you received that day, you will see how we drill into each one of the segments. So we go into the leisure, the business. One of the characters, and we have 3 characters in the video, that are going to be our main characters throughout the campaign. And it's the leisure. Her name is Victoria. Victoria,
Victoria.
her character's name is Victoria. We're focusing with her in the leisure. She's the one that stepped out of La Posada and went to the market, and she's the one that was at the pier at the state park. And the second one is our birder. What's his name? Jake. Jake was a bird. Everybody has a bird.
Yeah.
Jake the bird. And so with him, we were focusing more on with Victoria, we're also focusing on the history. She's our element at the museum, which I'll talk a little bit more on how we're gonna develop. I know that was a question at the event, and so I'll speak a little bit more about how we're gonna develop that, based on the feedback that y'all provided at the event. And with Jake, we're gonna focus on the outdoors and the birding and the
Golf.
Yeah, golf, exactly. And then our last character that I can't.
Get a very Deadpool look to his golf swing.
Yes. And so, and the third one, she's our business traveler. And we know that our business travelers are the bread and butter of our hospitality business here in Laredo. And so one of the objectives that we have with this campaign is we want to talk to that business traveler and convince them to stay a little bit longer, to go shop, to go to an event, to experience a destination in a different way than just staying in a hotel and ordering food
In the room.
in the room. So that's who we are talking to with that character.
And the convention attendee.
Exactly. So that's our business traveler, that's our meetings and conventions, that is our business, basically, audience. Thank you. And so, that is what we want to, achieve with this campaign. Based on the feedback that we received on the history side, we will develop what you saw in the packet, we will develop it further with a focus on the Republic of the Rio Grande. And so we spoke to the agency, and we will develop that, not only with the museum, but with more information about the Republic of the Rio Grande and the Seven Flags.
Yeah, because I had a long talk with Ms. Wendigo.
Yes,
Oh,
she,
yeah.
they mentioned it.
And I told her, and see, when I was working here, I was assigned to accompany Peter Jennings. Those of you who may not remember or know who Peter Jennings was, he was the main anchor for ABC News.
Oh, that's true. I mean,
Yes.
it was very familiar.
Yes, and so, this happened, I think, 4 years and 4 months into my time at the CBD, where, Peter Jennings had come down to cover Laredo because of all the trade and whatnot. And he said, no, tell me about Laredo. I was accompanying him, and, I said, well, Laredo is its own country for a very brief time, but in some ways we still are. And I thought that is what we should have captured, because for example, when you go to San Antonio,
Yeah.
I mean, the first thing that slaps you in the face is the Alamo, because that's the cradle of Texas independence.
Mhm.
And Austin, of course, is the capital. And that is what makes us stand out, because whether you're coming in for a business meeting or a convention or birding or just to relax, the fact that you're coming into a place as small as it is, that was the capital of its own country,
That's unique.
that makes us stand out from anybody.
Mhm.
And that tagline can work. And so I was very shocked when I was watching the live feed from ABC. And the last thing that Peter said when he was, before he closed out the newscast, was he said, I was talking to somebody from the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and she told me this fascinating tidbit that Laredo was its own country. And he said that I observed it, and she said, the last thing she told me was, and sometimes we still think we are our own country, and he said, after observing Laredo, I'm getting that sense that Laredo is, yes, it's part of Texas, but it's independent. And so that's the big hook. Now, visually, the cinematography was stunning.
Mhm.
I mean, there were some parts, and I agree with Gabriel, I think it probably needs to lighten up a little bit on the visual, as far as the lighting goes. Because there was some of the,
I think Gabriel was talking about the photography
Oh,
and
the
some of
photography,
the
but-
still ad.
Yeah,
right,
Yeah.
but even
which
the
we've,
video,
correct.
but even the video, if they could lighten it up a little bit, because it was a little bit dark, but the
You
visual.
okay, Judy?
Yeah, oh, yes.
Okay, I'm
But
sorry.
overall-
Sure.
Overall, the cinematography was amazing, especially the Gulf shot.
Mhm.
And I don't know if I take it they used drones.
They did.
Mhm.
I wish that Father Eden would probably been more open to opening up the cathedral, because that would be a stunning visual.
Mhm.
But, I mean, it was a million times better than that really sad campaign about Rediscover Our Flavor, which was horrible. But this one was wonderful. It's just those tweaks that needed to be there.
Mhm.
And I did share the QR code with the mayor and with the general manager.
Yeah, they mentioned that you're sharing their information
Yes.
so they can work with the member, right?
Yes, and the Crockett,
Yeah.
and
Sanders Wingo.
possibly the Alamo, because the three of them are going through that major
Renovation.
renovation. But that was just the one fly in the ointment, was that we should have hooked it as, because that's our big,
Yeah, and just to mention, the element of the Republic of the Rio Grande is there.
but there was no mention of it. And that's what.
That's what I'm trying to get to. Okay. The element, we want to include the element of the Republic of the Rio Grande. That's why the museum was featured And this is the overview. From there, now we can focus on different things.
But still, if you take that example from Peter Jennings, he needed something to hook it to give an overview of Laredo. And so that spirit of independence, that spirit that we're the only city in Texas that can claim,
I
that,
think you conveyed that, I
Yeah.
understand you had that conversation with, Ms. Wingo,
right,
so.
but I'm saying like if they were to retool that initial thing, I know that, and the thing is this,
I think I was
Council-
trying to say that it's gonna be focused
It's
on
ongoing,
as the next
yeah.
phase.
Right.
Of the
because,
campaign.
I told, Councilmember Perez, and she said that she never, she was never told about the video.
Oh,
She
no.
would have been there,
Oh,
but anyhow, she said that,
5 years.
yeah, so she said that her observation too was she told Wendigo and she told the focus group about, using the 7 flags as a hook, so she was disappointed that wasn't.
I don't think that they took your, whatever you're
Right.
talking about, and they're doing
No,
something.
no, I understand, but I'm also conveying
The
her.
video made me want to visit Laredo.
Thank you.
It was,
Every location in that video.
Well,
Yeah, the
well,
music is original music.
Yeah.
They,
Oh, it
the
is.
music is original to the video. They
Yeah.
created the music for the video. That's why it's
Nice
time.
touch.
now
Yeah.
on the upside, Mr. O'Neill, the GM for the Menger and the Crockett, he was already going into the Posada website. But I did tell him, even before, I told him about Laredo being its own country. And in fact, Emily Balcom from the Alamo is fascinated about, and she's working on including that part of Laredo's history into their podcast. But, like I said, stunning cinematography. That was wonderful. I just hope that when people come, I hope they're not expecting to have mercado outside
And I think I'm glad you pointed that out. Gavinate, I think that's where that kind of comes into play, because it's like the ending, if we could just see that
Yeah.
every day or every weekend, I think that would
Yeah.
be perfect for Laredo.
Yeah. So, and
Yeah, because they're gonna come here and then they're gonna walk out of La Posada and think that there's gonna be.
Santa Paletero.
And that's all they're gonna get.
thank you. No, we appreciate all the feedback and we do take it into consideration. We've had several conversations with Sanders Wingo on how we can focus some of that content into the feedback that we've received, and we're excited that everybody liked the video. We had great feedback from the community on the video and the campaign so far, and so that's also something that it's very positive for us.
And the thing is, I think not a lot of people from Laredo know about what, the history.
Yeah,
And, being their own country and all of that, people don't know, because when I mentioned it to people, they said, really?
yeah.
Where was that? I mean, it's the
Yeah.
capital of
Yeah.
was still here. So that's something, that maybe, could be used to be able to amplify, this whole
Yeah.
campaign.
Yeah, like locally, the trail, I believe it comes out in the video, it's right here by the river. When I took my friends, they didn't know that existed. Yeah.
You know that show,
No.
everybody thinks it's Las Palmas.
It's not?
It's
No.
not.
Oh, it's not the
Park.
Central Park.
Everybody, who told us, even
That was
somebody
good.
that, I think it was Councilmember Cigarra, Melissa Cigarra, and she's like, oh, it's Las Palmas, and somebody else told us, and we're like, North Central
I
Park.
assumed it was Las Palmas.
It looks like Las
Yes, it
Palmas,
does.
yes, so
It has a lot of palm trees outside.
that proves that we have more than one spot in Laredo that looks gorgeous for training and learning, and so
Yeah.
it's all around, it's just, we haven't seen,
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
Very
so,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Committee members, may we move on to the next portion of the report?
Thank you. Madam Chair, as you saw, we have plenty of activities during the month. And we have our sales tests. We also have, we met when we were in Monterrey, we met with the mayor of Monterrey. We also have, our sales team has been meeting with local hoteliers with different,
That mayor just took office, right? He's
he
new.
took office?
But he was here before.
He was
there before.
Yes, so
right?
this is his second or
I
third
think
term.
I met him on his first term or something.
Yes.
Mayor, that's
what was it? Oh my gosh, Adrian.
Yeah,
I was like, I can remember his first name.
yes,
Not
So-
the red.
yeah. Sí. So we met with them, we were also in Feria Industrial Jalisco.
Nice.
They invited us as part of the sister city agreement with the city of Guadalajara. So this is the first time they invite us. We had several sales activities. I'm very excited that the sales team is also going out in the community and meeting with businesses and hoteliers and attractions, so we can better serve the
Excellent, excellent.
so I'm really excited about that. Paisano is coming, so as we mentioned at the beginning of the meeting, the caravan is gonna be here 18 and 19 at the arena. Thank you.
You're not gonna have them, be greeting them, you know, the, whatever
Mile
mile.
marker 13.
No, we're not doing the mall market. The reason why we're not doing the rest stop anymore, and this would be the second year that we don't have it, is because the rest stop was there to assist all the paisanos in the process with their permits and
Remember you said that?
their vehicle permits, and that process has changed. So
You do it
now,
online.
you do it online, you don't need to stop anywhere, so we're focusing more on the caravans. And last year there was comments from some insurance companies that they wanted to participate. So this year, and Mr. Castillo also mentioned it at the last meeting, so we're giving them that space for those type of businesses to be at the arena, so they can.
Get that
Is
kind of-
there coming?
We're working with the chamber, we're working with some of the insurance companies so they can come in and participate. Yes,
Excuse me, are you also having veterinary services in case they need to?
we have a contact with the animal shelter. Depending on the weather, we sometimes have the vehicle, but they're just as services for humans, we have them on call in case they're needed.
Okay, but like for example, okay, because in the event that they realize that they've gotta have shots for.
We've never had any issues with that, we've never had those requests. We do have shots for humans, by the way. We have COVID, and flu for humans.
Yeah.
But that's a good idea, maybe we can include for next year
Yeah.
I think that there's a
the
new
vaccinations.
requirement that came, that if you're crossing an animal, a dog or whatever, that they have to have had their shot, at least one shot.
They need to have a
Yeah.
passport, some sort of vet passport. They need to have, and a document from their from their vet. They need to have a document from their vet, saying that they are in good health, and that way they can cross, otherwise, they have issues with Sagapa. So they do need
That's
that.
sad, because if something happens, what are they gonna do there? Cats?
Yeah.
They usually, yeah, they have, we've never had an issue where a pet has been left behind.
That's good.
See, no, we've never had those issues, but we'll, and in the past, Lax has been, the animal shelter has been, really good helping us. When we had the summer caravan, the weather was just horrible. And so, and they couldn't go, one day, maybe the arena will be pet friendly.
Let's get it straight.
Yeah. So the arena is not pet friendly, so we didn't want anybody to leave their pets in the vehicles. And so the animal shelter helped us with their mobile unit. In the winter, it's not, we don't have that issue, but they're just a call away in case we have anything.
But, or maybe, like, when you start the Facebook campaign or something, for the paisanos, just do a pet reminder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's better to be safe.
Yeah, no, I agree. As pet parent, I agree.
We're talking about dogs, but a lot of people have cats.
Tis the
I'm a-
season.
I'm a cat person.
And we've seen even people with their birds coming in, so, yes, no, definitely, we agree. So we have the coffee tour promotion, the podcast promotion, the Caminarte Farmers Market promotion. We're also working with Laredo Film Society on the certification. We feel that we're closer than ever. to getting that, so hopefully, and
What does that mean?
so it means that Texas has a film commission,
Mhm.
and if we get film friendly certified by the state of Texas, it
Mhm.
means that they put us in their
List.
list of destinations that we will assist as locations, as
Contact for
for
film
productions. Yes, so that opens another market for us,
That's
because
good.
now productions go to that list and they know that Laredo is film friendly and will assist them with anything they need.
Yeah, the last major film we had was Eddie Megan's Run, so.
It was, there was, yeah,
Yeah.
there was another one called Journey, and we've had shorts and other things, but,
The major theatrical release.
mhm, exactly. So we want to, make sure we're included in that list. I've already mentioned the budget updates, we have our activity schedule. Joel went to RGB Connection Fair, Sophia and Fidel are at the Woodlands right now, and
That's
so.
in Houston?
That is it, yeah,
Yeah.
it's, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right there.
yeah.
Right there, And, I'm traveling to the board of directors, I got, I was nominated and selected for a second term at the board of directors of the Texas Fairlands.
Congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you, and so I'm traveling to the board retreat, after the meeting
Where is that?
in San Antonio.
Oh.
So,
Which hotel? Which hotel?
The host hotel is the AC,
Ah.
by the Riverwalk, yeah. That's what they chose for the host hotel.
That's right, because, San Antonio's having a huge cancer conference and there's about like 25,000 rooms booked.
Okay. Yeah, they have a big convention center. Mm-hmm.
They're bringing them to post something like that.
Yes. And then we have, the visitor behavior, so talking about the ADR, the average daily
Can I ask you, going back to January,
Yes,
did you all not consider that Real Places conference?
yes, but it's in February.
Oh, they moved it to February? Okay, so
Yeah.
y'all gonna go?
We're planning to go, and we're also planning, there's, the option of doing it virtually.
I
Also.
think it's better to go physically.
Yes, for the networking, I
Yes,
agree.
and
Yeah.
to see, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot better.
Yes, no, I totally agree, but I'm considering for additional staff to
Oh,
do it
yeah, yeah,
virtually.
virtually.
Mhm. And,
Thank you for color, by the way.
ah.
Thank you. It's very nice, thank you, thank you.
That was a mistake.
Mika, you're just supposed to take the credit. Thank you. I don't wanna lie, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
So, some of the information, and I try to, make this report, easier to read and more friendlier, and kinda like provide the same information every month so that we can see the growth. So the average visitor spend is $102. Of that, 33% is spent on local businesses. And 32.9% of our visitors are out-of-state visitors. And so there you can see, this is all our US market. And so you can see which are our visitor market areas by economic impact. So San Antonio is our largest one. This month, the change between last month and this month is Odessa came in, and El Paso is out of the top 10. On the second page, you see the same information for the Mexican market. And what I do is give you 2 months, the last 2 months, October and November, for everything. And the, if you see, and I put a note right there, if we combine Monterrey and the municipalities that are part of its metroplex, because here you see Monterrey is number 1. But if you combine Monterrey with its metroplex, it would be 23.6% of the origin seats. So it's a big chunk of our visitation.
Yeah.
And no surprise, they like to go to retail. Yeah.
I had a little comment, recently went to Monterey about 3 weeks ago.
Yes.
And I got invited to a party, and everybody that I met, as soon as I told them I was from Laredo, all I talked about was shopping.
So no surprising
So
that.
I took an example of the convention where
Listen, I have
Yeah.
a little place.
they get information from TV, radio,
Uh-huh.
magazines, and newspapers.
Very
And
good.
we draws them in as the coupons. So they
Yeah.
have a lot of trips where they have a lot of coupons.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know, that's a little information we could somehow
Yeah.
use.
Yes.
So-
Yeah, it's always been a big thing. In fact, even when I was, a staff member at the CBB, I mean, these coupons were gold.
Yes.
Mhm.
And speaking of coupons, has anybody claimed their mug?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yesterday you had one, and so
We've already have
several people,
Yes,
people
that
claim
department
their.
organizing her little,
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
inventory up front.
Yes, yes,
Of
we have
mugs,
had
yeah.
people
Yeah.
claim.
That's great.
So you got some anecdotal
Thank you.
data.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's some
Yeah.
positive feedback.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
that's
you.
great.
Very positive.
everywhere.
You know, with all the information that you have, is, you know, that you.
It's
that you-
validating
because,
to what we're
yeah,
doing.
that you're doing, that you know, that
And you hear
you're doing.
firsthand.
Yes,
Yeah.
And the
yes,
excitement in their faces.
Yes.
yes.
Like, wow, you know,
Yeah, we had
we take
a.
it for granted.
Here's
I
a
know
number
we
on
do,
paper, but Ray's experience validates all the numbers that we're seeing.
That's
there, all
right.
the data.
And it's all 100% positive.
Very good, thank you,
Excellent.
that's really.
But we
good to
find
hear.
out that it's retail that they come to.
Mhm.
Yes.
And that's very, very
Yeah.
important.
So it does matches
They were
up.
mentioning stores that I didn't know. I think it was in Burlington on Route 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
The third one's coming
a
up.
third one that's coming.
It
Yeah.
took people, I remember it took people from Nuevo Leon like about a week to find the new Walmart when it opened.
Okay.
Like in
Oh,
a
really?
week, there were already Mexican
You
license
like
plates
the idea
there.
that there's shopping and there's nice restaurants nearby,
Mhm.
Yeah.
relatively inexpensive.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's the
They mentioned
area.
cow-
yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's
That
a sandwich
area,
place.
North Laredo,
Yeah.
where they have a large concentration of new restaurants
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
stores.
And but they're not
Yeah.
expensive.
And
No.
it's like another part of just Laredo.
I know.
Yes. They have Black Bear, a PF Chang's teriyaki,
Yeah, you
madness.
don't be able to.
So
It's
that,
not
well,
about to
it's
open.
about to open.
But it's gonna open,
Olive Garden or?
Olive
Yeah,
Garden is already there.
It's already packed, man.
Yeah, so there's plenty of restaurants, new restaurants there.
And they have also found Sephora.
Yes,
Oh,
Just
yeah.
FYI.
So-
yes.
That's
Oh, that's, yeah, that's,
That's a very popular brand, you know.
yeah. So, especially now for younger.
TikTok.
Yeah. They
Generation.
mentioned Jersey Mike's or,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
for some reason, I guess sandwiches, you know.
Yeah.
I'm more interested in tacos, I'm more interested.
The sandwiches, yeah.
You know, something different.
Yeah.
And they're relatively expensive, and they like it because they're all centered around the big
Yeah.
shopping center.
Yeah.
They don't have to go a far distance to go to an inexpensive restaurant.
Exactly, and that's one of the things that we always mention is Laredo is very easy to navigate.
Yes.
For-
Everything's off 35 or
Mhm.
Loop 20
Loop
Yeah.
20.
Yeah,
or the,
Mall.
yeah,
yeah,
they love it.
yeah,
You can't get lost,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. No, thank you so much,
Sure.
Irene.
No,
I
thank
appreciate
you
that
guys.
feedback.
I was
Yeah,
excited
it
about
does
it.
validate our numbers. And for October, November, 73% occupancy, that's really good.
That's very good.
Our hotel ADR, and this validates the other numbers, and what we mentioned, the average daily rate for the hotels is $142.
Good.
Wow.
So-
You know, I remember when it was below 100 and,
Yeah.
you know, 80.
80.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
It was like,
Now you
Okay.
can get out.
and then you go, and then you went out of town and, you know, and then you were, you were shocked, you know, when
Yeah.
they said, it's 100 and whatever, and it's like,
Mhm.
really?
Yeah, and now we're
We're
up
there.
there. So the hotel average stay value is $480. Now for short-term vacation rentals, we have 32% occupancy, 107 ADR, and 614 average stay value. And our feeder markets are Austin, Valley, Corpus, El Paso, Houston, and San Antonio. So you see the average stay by feeder market. So San Antonio, even San Antonio is our number one market. It's not the one that spends the most. It's
Houston.
The
I mean,
The Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because,
They have what we
the
have.
Valley has more stuff than we do in the sense that, retail wise, they've got an actual Banana Republic, they've got, White
I
House
don't
Black
think they're
Market.
shopping here though.
yeah,
No.
I think it's more
It's,
staying.
staying.
Yeah.
Okay,
Probably for
But I
business.
Yeah,
Business.
this is the Valley. This is the hotel. What they spend in hotels.
Yeah,
sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
this is their hotel spend.
Yeah.
And then, I'm surprised El Paso, given the fact that we have no jet service directly from here to there.
But they travel around. We've seen it in our
No,
numbers.
They must be doing something right to bring them in without travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, is that flight to Monterrey gonna be a reality?
It should be opening in January. Yes, it's a smaller plane. It's a propeller.
Oh, it's a prop plane.
It's a 9 to 12 seater. So
Oh, nine to 12?
Yeah.
What is it made, oh my gosh.
That's scary.
it's a small plane, but
Well, they're not that scary, I mean, you know, you would, then you'd be scarier to fly a big plane, I mean, the
Yeah.
small ones.
So
I'm thinking
it's-
that they fly us.
Talking about the hotels, you said there's a lot of new ones opening up, so they must have conducted studies that there's a need for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So a lot of it, a number that investors look at is the occupancy, and so our occupancy is always above 60%.
It's been consistently.
Yeah.
Yes.
It
So
was 70s.
Post-COVID,
Post-COVID.
over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
73%.
yeah, for October, November.
It's very
So
good.
it is high. And yes, since even COVID, I've mentioned this before, we never went below 40%, and we bounced back to 60-70% really quick, so.
But I think what helped with the panic was all of the,
Back then it was the doctors and
Yeah.
nurses.
Yeah, nurses.
The government,
that's what saved us.
yeah, definitely, but it transitioned very quickly
Yes.
to our regular,
Which is good.
visitors, so
Yeah.
it was, yeah.
The other option would be there's too many hotels, would it drive the price down?
The ADR would be lower.
Lower.
So
Yeah,
if
'cause everybody's
the,
competing.
exactly, if the number of, hotels was too high, the number of rooms was too much for the market, then the ADR would,
Now, what happened to the Drury? Is it still,
To
what
what?
Drury?
The Drury?
The old Holiday Inn that is now the Drury?
Oh, that's Doubletree.
No, it's a
Doubletree,
Doubletree.
Doubletree, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
it's opening in the spring.
Spring.
Oh.
Mhm.
Wow, they're taking a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, think about how long it was between
Vacant.
brands.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they have
And
one
it
in
probably
another.
declined quite a bit.
Yeah.
So
And
there was
then-
a lot of work to be done.
Is there anything happening, or is the old Rio Grande Plaza gonna become a condo, or what's gonna happen?
No, it's a
there?
hotel. It's the Landmark.
Oh, the Landmark.
It's called the
yeah.
Landmark Hotel.
It's already open.
Yeah, I think the
so-
first
I
phase.
tried to find them on socials, but they don't have much presence
Not-
right
not
now.
yet.
No, not yet.
They
It just
have a
opened
few
up.
floors
Yeah.
open, not the
Is
whole
it
thing.
nice? Has anybody been to?
I've seen pictures.
I've seen
Yeah,
pictures
we've
and
seen pictures,
it
we,
looks nice.
we're yet to tour it.
Because people have a tendency to like to stay, you know, right on the border,
On the
you know,
border,
they can
yeah.
see another country.
Yeah.
That's why the Posada is so popular.
Yes.
Mhm.
No, definitely. So, another piece of information that I really like, that I think gives us, a little bit of perspective of how much, our visitors impact our economy, is 18% of all expenditures in restaurants come from visitors. 13% of retail and 9% of all the attractions. This is October, November. The summer was a little bit higher.
Mhm.
So I expect that November, December will,
We'll see it
increase
jump.
again, yes.
That makes sense. All right, moving on.
Good numbers.
Did we already get to special report, or was
Uh,
Yeah, that was it.
that was
Oh,
it.
okay. I'm just tracking along with the
Yeah, yeah,
items. Is there any, thing in particular on the next few pages of the monthly?
This is our performance, on social media, and our 3-month upcoming activity, which includes February, which is, in addition to what we saw.
WBCA is gonna be busy.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yes.
very exciting.
Starting mid-January.
And y'all are gonna promote them after for tomorrow on your socials, correct?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
One thing, just for future reference,
Mhm.
and I really don't know now who does the inviting for the sister cities. I know that the target has always been Mexico, but when we started it, we included the original Laredo as part of the sister cities, Laredo, Spain.
Mhm.
Is there any plans on bringing them back?
We can invite them. They've
Yeah.
been back since. They actually came back, and that's why the park is called Tres Laredos.
Yeah.
Because we have Laredo, Spain, Nuevo Laredo, and Laredo, Texas together at Sister
How
Cities.
far back? How far
It's
back?
been a while since
Yeah.
they've attended, but we can reach out to them again.
Yeah, because we even had sister cities my last year doing it. We had sister cities even from China, which I thought was interesting,
Mhm.
so.
Yeah, we can
Any
reach out to them.
further discussion from any of our other committee members or announcements?
Well, I do have one question, what is the marketing group for the Religious Conference Management Association? What do they bring in?
I'm sorry.
The
What?
marketing,
The
the religious,
future
for January. I was just curious about the Religious Conference Management Association, what in Phoenix?
It's basically any religious group.
Oh, okay.
It's a like connect, but for religious groups.
Oh, that's good.
Either
Yeah.
all kinds of religion.
So we're trying to,
Catholic, Protestant.
open that market again.
Okay.
All right, anything else? All right, so I have just real quick, I looked at the February calendar, it looks like it's February 6th.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct for our next meeting?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so just everybody make a note of that.
It's
We're not gonna
not,
be in January?
No, we're not.
No.
it's not,
And
Austin
Judy, I
Administrative.
hope that you get reappointed and we'll see what
I'm not
happens.
going to get rid of it.
Okay, very good.
I will.
Chair.
So we're gonna have to
Madam
push
Chair,
it.
we would like to push
Manifestation.
the February meeting to the next week because the
Oh.
first week is,
The motion.
legislative, Austin,
Austin legislature.
Austin
Oh,
legislative.
sorry,
So,
Austin legislature.
We would like to push
We went to
the,
4/13.
To the 13th,
Yes.
February 13th. Okay.
that will give more time.
Did you hear
No,
that? Happy
and
birthday.
I'm working on, I already have somebody that said that they were gonna, to appoint me, as their
Yeah.
representative, that can get reappointed because salary's going up. But anyway, the person that wins the runoff, I'll talk to them, and I know both of them, so
Okay.
Okay.
maybe.
That's good.
So yeah, the next meeting would be February 13th.
13th, February 13th.
All right, very good. Yes, thank you for
I'll be
looking at that and giving us
back.
that.
I'll be back.
And we'll have, Ms. Rodriguez also,
Oh, I
coming
can
back,
wait.
so.
Oh my God,
yeah.
it will be back too.
By that time, she probably, hopefully she'll be sworn in, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
It should be.
hopefully she'll have time to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
city secretaries and take care
So
of that.
we hope that it's not the last meeting, and if it was, we'll bring you back for, a little bit special something, but I hope it's not.
Listen, I've been here for so long, that I feel that I'm part of this
I
family.
know, that's the family,
We feel
yeah.
that too, so we don't wanna let you go. But no, we really appreciate all the support during this year. It's been a really exciting year for us. A
It
lot
has
of,
been, it
Yes.
has been a growth
Yeah.
year.
Yes.
It has been,
Yes.
one of those years where
I
you,
agree.
yeah, I feel like we expanded this year. We achieved some of the things that we wanted to achieve, or a lot of things that we wanted to achieve, including staff-wise, bringing in new marketing people, new sales people, new international relations people, and so that only, now we feel that we have a lot of people, right? We were talking
Yeah.
about that the other day, we're like, there's a lot of us now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been like that for a while.
Yes, so now we feel we can go further, and so we don't feel like we're the few of us that were
We're doing
before.
everything,
Yeah, so now we can do
Cover so
more,
much
more
ground.
stuff,
Yeah.
so it's
Very
really
good.
exciting.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So-
All right, I will entertain a motion
I
to
will move that
approve.
we adjourn.
Okay.
Can we share a nice safe holidays? Merry
Yes.
Christmas.
Thank you so much. Merry Christmas. We
Happy
are
New Year.
adjourned.